Imagine this for a second. What if Dubai, Abu Dhabi or even Kuwait had become part of India or Pakistan after 1947? Sounds unbelievable, right? But here's the twist. For a long time, the Gulf wasn't just connected to India, it was actually ruled as part of British India. Hi, I'm Shivangi, you're watching India TV, and allow me to take you through this detail about the link between Dubai and India and why traces of India are still everywhere in the Gulf today. So in the early 1900s, nearly one-third of the Arabian Peninsula, places like Bahrain, Oman, Kuwait and even Aden in Yemen were governed directly from Delhi. British officials treated these Gulf states just like India's princely states. Indian soldiers patrolled their streets, Indian rupees were the currency, and Indian passports were even issued as far west as Aden. And that's how deep the connection was. But here's the catch. This was all kept a secret. Maps never showed it because Britain did not want to upset the Ottomans or the Saudis. To the outside world, this Gulf-India connection simply did not exist. By the 1930s, winds of change were blowing. Indian nationalism was rising and Britain started quietly separating Arabian territories from India. One of the most symbolic moments came in 1937 when Aden was officially detached. A telegram from King George VI was read aloud, declaring that Aden has been an integral part of British-Indian administration for nearly 100 years, that political association with the Indian Empire will now be broken and Aden will take its place in colonial empire. Even then, the Gulf still remained under the government of India for another decade. Behind closed doors, British officials debated that after independence, should India or Pakistan manage the Gulf? But to their surprise, Delhi wasn't very interested. A British diplomat in Tehran even noted the apparent unanimity of Indian officials who felt that the Gulf was of little concern. Others, like Gulf President William Hay, were blunt in his words. He said that it would clearly have been inappropriate to hand over responsibility for dealing with the Gulf Arabs to Indians or Pakistanis. And so on 1st April 1947, just months before the partition of India, the Gulf states from Dubai to Kuwait were officially cut off from India's administration. That one quiet bureaucratic decision meant that when India and Pakistan became independent, the Gulf was missing from the ledger of princely states. Had it not been separated, the Gulf might well have ended up as part of India or Pakistan, a thought that completely changes how we imagine today's map. Instead, Britain kept the Gulf under direct control until 1971. And even then, life there still felt Indian. The rupee was the official currency, ships sailed on the British India line, and many British officials running the Gulf had made their careers in India. Today, the Gulf remembers its ties with Britain but not with India. Monarchies like Dubai or Bahrain highlight their ancient sovereignty, but they rarely mention the decades when they were governed from Delhi. Yet, echoes remain from the food to the language to the millions of Indian and Pakistani workers who still call the Gulf their second home. So the next time you walk through Dubai or Bahrain, remember this hidden story. Once upon a time, these glittering Gulf states were part of the Indian Empire. And if not for that one decision in 1947, they might have been part of India or Pakistan today. So were you aware of this information or not? Do comment and let us know.